Hi, my name is Wayne Reed. I work for Focus on the Family Canada in the Hope Restored program. I'm so glad that you can join me for this video series, which is designed to help clergy counsel couples better. I know that this is going to be helpful to you because I've been a clergy member, I've struggled through this, and I want to see you succeed. I want to cover a few topics as we go through this series. Number one, why is safety so critical to your counseling room and also to the marriages of the people you are trying to help? Another topic we will cover is, what does a healthy Christian marriage look like? You need to have something to aim at, and we want to clearly demarcate what that looks like. Another topic we will also be covering is some just helpful hints on how to do counseling well and when you may need to refer people on to a professional who could be more helpful to them. I'm glad that you are joining me and look forward to journeying with you through this series. Recently, Evelyn and I celebrated 32 years of marriage. We dated for 6 years before we got married, so really, we are high school sweethearts. We also have 2 boys, Casey and Caleb, both live in Victoria. We live in Calgary, and Evelyn and I have determined from day one that we will put the effort in to make our marriage better day by day, year by year. So I've been dealing with a bit of an identity crisis for a while. I became a believer as a teenager, fresh out of high school. Soon after that, I pursued my theological studies. Evelyn and I get married, and 5 months later, we leave for a church plant. The church plant becomes a 17-year stint as a solo pastor. What wonderful years. I grew in my relationship with God. I grew as a dad, I grew as a husband, and I really connected with the people in the church. But by the time I had left that church, I was pretty angry with God. You see, many marriages in that church in those last few years began to disintegrate. And I found myself unable to help those couples as they faced the crisis that brought their marriages to a divorce. You know, in my work as a church planter and a solo pastor, I've covered many roles. The most challenging of all those roles is being a counselor to those couples when they were in crisis. And I did not do a good job. I found myself ill-equipped, unprepared. I did not have the resources, neither the training to do what I was trying to do. And guess what? When I got the chance to study further, I purposely chose to strengthen a weakness that I had. I studied marriage and family therapy. And herein lies my identity crisis. I worked as a private counselor for an organization and found myself very conflicted. You see, many of the clients that came to me, I wanted to go home with them and mentor them. I wanted to give them a Bible study. I felt like their needs were spiritual or their needs were social. They need a friend to visit them. But as a professional counselor, you can contact people outside of the counseling room unless they contact you. So here I was in this predicament. Am I a counselor or am I a pastor? I have the heart of a pastor, but the training of a counselor. So my identity crisis kind of sorted itself out. Now that I'm working for Focus on the Family Canada in the Hope Restored program, I get to see lots of couples. And some days I show up as a pastor doing a devotion with those couples. On other days, I'm a professional therapist working with those couples. I revel in my role. I'd probably do it if I wasn't being paid. But my sincere hope for you is that the counseling you do with couples is something you're going to look forward to and not dread. And that your counseling is going to be impactful in the lives of the people that are reaching out to you. I really want to sincerely see you impact those couples and help them in their deepest need. Man, I'm so excited that you can join me for this video series, which is designed to help clergy counsel couples better. As I said earlier, we'll be covering those important topics of safety in the counseling room and in the marriages of the people you are trying to help. We also want to clearly demarcate what does a healthy Christian marriage look like. We want to give you some helpful hints on how to counsel those couples and when you may need to refer them on to a professional. And guess what? We also want to show you how you can support couples that you cannot directly counsel. You can be a great link in that chain of support that they are needing. I'm looking forward to you joining me for this.